Papakita ko sa inyo ang isang klase ng cross-stitch pattern, which is the mixed bouquet, kung tawagin, designed by Mary Hickmott. Materials required in this diagram is Anchor stranded cotton as listed in key to diagram. Ito yung anchor na kailangan natin para sa paggagawa ng mixed bouquet. And then use 3 strands for cross stitch and 2 strands for box stitch. Ang cross stitch, ito yung mga circle, kung makikita nyo, mga dot, yung mga symbol na yan. Yan yung mga cross stitch or types of cross stitch na gagamit natin. Pero pag sinabi naman natin na box stitch, ito siya, yung nasisilbing lines or lettering para magkabuhay ang isang pattern. And then, stitch count of this diagram is 42 stitches by 55 stitches. One piece is either white, number 14, count 8 by 9. Prim tape string needed, number 24. How to work the design? Mark the center, okay? This is the center. Mark the center of the Aida fabric, and let's just imagine na this square is the Aida fabric. Mark the center of Aida fabric lengthwise, length and width, a line of basting stitches by arrows left and right, up and down, which should coincide with the basting stitches. Each background square on the diagram represent one block. Okay, each block represent one block of fabric or one is cross stitch. Sinasabi dito na isang square sa bawat fabric ay pwedeng, okay, kung papansin niyo sa diagram na ito, cross stitch lang ang meron at box stitch. Ang red lines nga ito yung lettering kung saan nagbibigay buhay sa cross stitch na gagawin natin. At commence the embroidery centrally following diagram, and key to diagram is the completion of embroidery. Press lightly on wrong side, taking care not to spoil the design. And ito yung cross stitch diagram. Sa cross stitch, una, ito yung half stitch nito o yung kalahati. Ito yung full cross stitch kung saan pabalikan na at pabuo ka na ng isang X stitch. At ito yung box stitch, para hindi mo ginagamit pag nagre-lettering o para pag nagbibigay buhay sa cross-stitch na ginagawa. At let me introduce to you the Keto diagram. Itong symbols na ito ay nagsisimbolo sa mga anchor shade number. Anchor shade number, ito yung number o kulay ng anchor na bibigyan natin o ng sinulit o thread. Every thread ay meron silang kanya-kanyang cross stitch symbol. For example, the anchor shade number 158, ito siya. Dito mo siya makikita. Ibig sabihin, yun lang yung paggagamitan mo ng anchor shade number 158. Yung mga dot lang yan, sila yung mga shade number 158 sinasabi. At following ganun din sa iba. Okay. Sa paggagawa ng mixed bouquet, meron siyang how-many shade number or anchor shade number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 means 11 colors you can see in this diagram. And itong numbers na nandito sa gilid, ito yung number of 50 cm length of anchor stranded cotton. Yan. At ito naman yung sa boxy stitch daw dito sa ating diagram. Meron siyang dalawang klaseng kulay lang na ginagagamitin, yung number anchor shade number 261 and 1027 or 1027. Ibig sabihin, mas marami ay mas kakaunti ang back stitch colors rather than the cross stitch colors. Ayun. Madali lang ang pagbabasa ng diagram kasi kung alam mo at matyaga ka gumawa at marunong ka magbilang, kaya mong tapusin ang isang gandang cross stitch gaya nito. At sa paggagawa ng cross stitch, ang kailangan is meron kang sipag, tiyaga sa paggagawa nito upang ma-appreciate mo ang isang bagay.
Covers what you already did, but you can still see what's to come. And then to start, we go to the very middle. The very middle is the easiest place to start because you've marked that on your fabric. But I like to start with the darker colors that usually make the contour of the project, and I will explain why as we do it. So I chose a place to start which is the closest to the middle so I can count with less chance of mistake. And then remember, I never start on the middle so that I can have some stitches to cover the starting thread and the ending thread. I'm using 3 threads from the yarn in this case. So there we go. From the very middle of my project, I'm counting up to the place where I want to start. I put the needle first and then I go back and I count again. Be very careful. We always make mistakes. You see I made mistakes as we go along this project, but you kind of go around them. And then you see I only made 2 stitches of that bottom row to the left, and then I can go up, finish up the left part of this little piece of hair on her forehead, and then I can come back. So some people left comments about with this kind of technique, some stitches are done left to right and others are done right to left. And for the contour, it really doesn't matter much because it's almost only one stitch per row. So even if you're doing the regular technique of cross stitching for filling the big colors, I would still start doing this way the contours, the darker colors, just because it's a really nice way to follow your pattern, to start with all the contours, with the big color, the dark colors that go around. Because you see, then you have a reference to fill it in. It's much easier. And here I'm just retracing my steps. You see, I did the ear, came back. Now I did all the way the face, and then I ran out of thread. I'm hiding the thread there, and then I can just put on a new thread on the needle. I have
paano ba gamitin ang thread ng tama? First, ito yung types of thread number 911. 911 siya. And then, just pull it out. Cut the rope. Cut the thread. Kung papansin nyo, is in normal thread, but ang kaibahan nito sa sinulid na ginagamit sa pananahi is soft. Masyado siyang malambot. And then, sa akala nyo ganito siya kataba. Pero, you can divide it into how many? 3 pairs.